Going on, boys? I wanted to briefly go over today why I went back to a bro split. I was previously running 6 days a week with one rest day in between, and I was hitting every muscle group every 3 days. See, the problem with that for me is I was following like my favorite influencers, and a lot of these guys are on steroids, and I'm not. I'm natural, and I mean, I honestly don't even have to say that, right? Like you guys can just like look and see that, look at my shoulders and just see. But I'm a natural lifter, so I don't have that recovery advantage of going, 6 days on or 3 days on, rest, 3 days on again, and hitting every muscle group every 3 days. I know that's probably they say that's like the most efficient way to do things or whatever, but for me, I just find that I think that's like a category for them. Like uh if you're abusing steroids, then 6 days, 3 days on, rest, 3 days on again. That might be your, whether it's push pull legs, or whatever the setup is. None of that works for me. It doesn't matter what how I do the split or what workouts are incorporated. If I'm doing, and here's why. Here's why. I'll get into it. So I went back to a bro split for one because I enjoy being in the gym every day. And that rest day, if it fell on a weekend or just the rest day in general, it's like, damn, what do I do? Because like the gym is like my therapy. So even if like I run every single day, I run 7 days a week for at least 20 minutes, but almost every time is 40 minutes. Like 90%, 95% of my runs is 40 minutes long. Some of them are short because I do flat ground running, and if I'm like working from home or it's like raining or something like that, I won't be out very long. And that's kind of um, that's the reason for that. But so I like to go every single day. I like to go every day, and then like it just like I said, it gets to me when I don't go. And so I deload. I do have a period where so like instead of rest days, I just build and build and build and build and build. It's like, oh, I need a break. Take like a weekend off and then get right back to it and go for like another 2 to 3 months. I do deload, but I don't like having rest days or taking breaks or taking days off. And I don't ever get out of my groove either. Like I said, I'm seeing tremendous amounts of progress in like already like in my shoulder. I got the shoulders popping. I got the lats going on. The chest. I mean, I did chest today, chest and back today. So like the chest is super full. um, I am seeing chest growth though, and then like the bicep veins starting to come in because I'm on the cut. So I'm not worried about building muscle right now. I'm worried about just maintaining it. But the next reason that I switched back to a bro split was because when I was doing this 6 days a week, I was doing chest, shoulders, triceps, legs and abs, back and biceps. And so if you notice anything about that, that's every muscle group except for my traps, because traps are like a stabilizer and they're one of those things that get hit incidentally. And unless you're on growth and insulin and steroids and you're abusing steroids, your traps aren't going to get like freaky. The genetics either they are big or they aren't big, and it's just like you can get them tight, you can get them a little bit there, and especially if you're lean, they'll be popping. If you do the front, the trap flex, they're there, but it's not like you're not gonna be like Dave Batista out of nowhere where your trap like you're like your neck just goes into your shoulder. I think that's like an anabolic, being on compounds feature. Um, so I was doing chest, shoulders, tricep. I felt like the triceps, and it's not just triceps, but whatever was last would get underworked, and it didn't matter. So if I did, say, I started on shoulders, and then I did triceps, and then chest would be underworked. If I did chest shoulders, triceps, which was the usual because those are that is like the order of my deficiencies, or it was, anyways. It was my chest was deficient and it didn't have like proper development. Now I'm thinking I'm getting some pretty sweet development, especially like with the upper fibers, and I got that line coming through because I'm on a cut. And then my shoulders are definitely not a weakness anymore. Um, but my triceps still kind of lag behind, which this is another huge reason I went back to a bro split so I could have a full on arm day, so I can get rid of that spider body I had going on, which like it's only been a couple weeks and I already feel like I've gotten rid of the spider body. I mean, let me back up so you guys can see. My arms are huge. I don't know my arms will ever be huge, but they are cut, and I do got some meat on the bones a little bit. But trying to get rid of the spider body, and then um, I feel more I feel more and see more growth with this 4 days, 4 day hitting every muscle group every 4 days, and I think that's because the the damage, the fatigue, and everything is localized, and I don't know if there's a science behind this. But I feel like when, say, you do like your front shoulders and then your upper clavicular head of the chest, and then just like your whole chest, and then the anterior delt, right? I think this localized damage and localized. This is just conjecture, by the way. This is just like me spitballing. I don't know if there's any science, so I want to put this warning label on what I'm about to say. I don't know if this is actual science. I need to look this up. I probably should have looked it up before the video, but I'm giving you guys a raw, uncut. This is me talking to you guys like you're my friends, like and so I think that when the damage is localized, when the workout is localized, the muscle groups that have been worked is localized, muscle building, the getting the protein, the body getting the protein, and the body getting the carbs and the glycogen and everything to that area, and it only being one area is super efficient. And your body loves to do that, and it loves to build muscle in that manner. Again, again, there may not be any science to that. That may be completely wrong. You may be able to work your neck out and be able to work your ankles out, whatever. I know you don't have ankle mount. Okay, so let's make it realistic. Like you work your upper chest and your calves. Maybe that's more efficient scientifically. Maybe the science will say that's more efficient. To me, it's not though. To me, whenever I have localized damage, which is like my next point, I do antagonistic pairing, and it feels good for two reasons. For I get a dual pump. So a dual pump would be on my arm day, I get a pump on my biceps and a pump on my triceps, or on my chest day, I get a pump on my chest, which is freaking sick, and then I get a pump on my lats. So I get this like freaky pose with my chest and my back. And so antagonistic pairing is just like, for me, it is goaded. Um, like I said, I don't know if there's any science behind antagonistic pairing where the blood and the fuel and the protein and everything just delivers so much better because everything's just so localized. Your body doesn't have to send everything everywhere all over the place. It's just like, we got a fire. It's like a fire, right? It's like, we got a fire, boys. We got a fire. If you got a fire over here and you got a fire over here, your body's going to be, and again, this isn't science, this is just my opinion, but I just want to keep reiterating for that so that nobody jumps down my throat and clips this, and it's just like, if the algorithm starts picking up my videos and this one happens to get picked up, I don't want people to be like, this dude's full of shit. I'm just saying this is how I feel when I'm doing antagonistic pairing. It gives me a sick pump, and then like I feel like everything is more efficient. The fatigue is localized, and I feel like I grow muscle better in that setting. And then the last reason is it's more time efficient for me because I know exactly what I'm doing. Um, like in terms of 30 minutes for chest, 30 minutes for back, and then I'm out the door, and it feels great. It feels great to listen to six songs, five, six, six, seven. um, I'm sorry, I had to do it. Songs and be ready to switch over to the next muscle group. Like I did my chest and back today, and on my chest workout, I listened to about like six songs, and then it and then it was 30 at the 30-minute mark, and I was like, "Ooh, let me hit my superset." Because I did like five sets. It just happens to work out that way, like where I do my 5 to 7 sets, depending on how many warm-ups I do. I usually do 5 working sets, and then I'll do a finisher of some sort, like a superset. Like when I see one of these YouTube videos of one of these people that are doing something crazy, I'll try it out or whatever. Today I did like the on the incline. I was like sitting back on it, and I took my resistance bands, and I was like getting a real deep stretch and like straightening out the back and then pressing with it. So it almost felt like a decline. I don't know if you could see the. That's exactly what my body posture and everything. It's like a decline resistance band press. That shit got the bottom portion. I was just like, damn. I was like feeling it everywhere. But I do like crazy finishers right at the 30-minute mark, and then I did my normal back routine, and I just got it done. And an hour just feels crisp. It feels so good when you're just doing antagonistic pairing or you're just doing two muscle groups. They don't have to be antagonistic pairing. Like I said, maybe you're different. Maybe you could just work out your chest and calves, and then back and quads, and then I know some people have some crazy ass splits like that, but for me, the antagonistic pairing feels sick and is super dope, and then like the time, it's just like super time efficient because I just like 30 minutes, got this one, 30 minutes, I switch over, and so yeah, those are the reasons that I went back to a bro split and I abandoned the 6 days a week, 3 days on, rest, 3 days off. That rest day, ugh, I hate it. I hate it, bro. I want to go to the gym, and it's just like my therapy. It's like talking to a therapist, and then something happens that day, and I'm like, oh, I can't get a hold of my therapist. I can't because I can't go because it's a rest day, and you're supposed to rest and blah, blah. Like so. I was just like, I felt like Chuck in anger management. I needed my anger ally. So I don't know. I know some people they're like, what? The fewer days I got to go to the gym, the better. But I mean, to me, I this is my life. I love this. I mean, I'm in it for the love of the game, really. Same thing with the content creation, the YouTube channel, everything. I'm just really in this for the love of the game. Even if this never takes off and I don't ever make any money, I'll probably make thousands of videos just like this. So, with that said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching. As always, it means so much, and it would mean so much more to me if you could just comment whether you like me, you hate me, if you just comment on the video, and and if you like this content and you like what I'm pumping out so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. um, yeah, and I appreciate it. Until next time, boys. Peace.